Yeah, we should have a list of like topics we want to hit, because sometimes we kind of riff, and I like doing that too. Yeah. But I feel like the topics, because one topic that I found interesting, and I don't know where I stand with this, is the whole idea of tipping. Like you tip when you go to a restaurant, right? And like certain people don't tip well.
It's true.
You know, like, do you think that that's a because you live off of tips in some way? You know,
yeah.
I know Lauren brought this up, is that she didn't used to tip well before she started making money off of tipping.
She still doesn't tip.
She doesn't? No, I wouldn't doubt it. I don't think I'm a great tipper either.
She's very strict with her money. Yeah. I wouldn't say that she's not a great tipper, but she's not like, there's good tippers.
She's a girl. She doesn't have to spend money.
She's not like, she's not free flowing with her money by any means.
Free flowing, which is like doesn't give it away.
She's very generous in the sense of like, she's has a great personality. She's very loving and kind, and like there's been many moments when she's, like gotten us dinner, or like we've shared dinner or whatever. Like, so she's very kind in that sense. But I think I like there is certain personalities on any spectrum, where like you're really loose with your money, you're really tight with your money, or you're somewhere in between. Mm-hmm. And so like I'm more on the very loose spectrum. Like I will over tip, like where I'll tip 30-40% easily. Like like my tab is $20 and I'll give you 30 because I like you.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, here's a 10 off of 2 drinks because you have a great smile and we talked about whatever, and like I just I'm gonna give you an extra 10 for these 2 drinks I got, or whatever. It's like, I'll tip based on how I'm feeling versus like a percentage, versus like, she'll pull out a calculator and be like, what's 20%? You know what I mean? Like there's the people that like pull out and they're like, there's the letter of the law kind of people. And there's like the people that are like going with their gut, like, so she's more of like a calculated, like, what is 15%? What's 20%? And I'm going to give exactly that, versus like, I'm going to be like, this feels like a $5 kind of interaction. This feels like a $20 tip kind of vibe. Whereas like someone who's, I'm by my own standards, I'm not amazing with money. So it's like, that's something that I got to work on and I got to get better at. And so maybe that's part of it, is because I go with my gut and I'm willing to like just be a little bit more loose with my money. Maybe that's why I don't have money in my pocket. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. So there's something to be said for being quote unquote strict with your money. So that can be advantageous in some regard.
Yeah.
So that's interesting too.
But I'll come up with a whole new set of subjects. But I knew your opinion about it because we've talked about it before. And you changed my perspective, because my boss, he's like the exact opposite of you. He doesn't agree with tipping. Yeah. Like he thinks that people that went into the industry and knowing that if they live off of tips, they shouldn't work there, because if you're going to do a service, why do you get paid extra? Like I don't pay my mechanic more if he does a good job. I don't pay the grocery lady that packs my bags. She deserves a tip. Right. Like everybody deserves a tip.
Right.
But in restaurants now you get a tip. It's like, there's exceptions now?
And see, that's the thing. I'm the guy that tips my mechanic. Like I'll tip my mechanic. I won't necessarily tip my grocery, but I will. That's where I
think the grocery girl should get tipped more than the mechanic.
And I've tipped grocery people too. And I literally have. I've tipped people.
I tipped the guy that
random people that were like, why would you tip that person? It's like, because I appreciate them, So it's like, that's my personality. I will tip the random person that like most people won't tip. So I do agree with that. It's like the average person does deserve a tip, and I like that idea. If I had enough money, I'd be tipping everybody. I'd be walking around just handing out money. It's like because we all do deserve tips. But there is a kind of a stigma around servers specifically.
Exactly. I mean, he brought up an interesting point, and it's true. I'm sure it's true. I haven't done the research, but tipping started because wealthy people wanted a special service. And wealthy people will go to restaurants and specifically go to waitresses and tell them, hey, I'm going to give you $20 on top of this, but give us an incredible service. Always checking on us. Bring us new drinks as we finish the drinks, and I'll pay you. Don't worry about it, And that's how it started. And they're like, oh shit, now this person's coming in. We know that. And we know that they're going to give me extra money on top of what I already make. So I'm going to give them a great service, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And then that,
right, because otherwise
that went
it's
across
like,
the board then, you know? And they're like, oh, okay, now tipping's a part of everything, you know? I mean, some people, some countries
in a reason,
look at it.
which is in a way like why you get such good service when you know,
Tip
or why you would hope to get good service.
Right.
And why some people don't tip when they get terrible services because like, man, like I got lousy service. Why am I going to give you extra money? So like, I get that. Whereas like, yeah, you go to other countries and sometimes you just get, you know, so service. It's like, because they're not expecting tips. They're like, no, you're going to get your food when you get your food. I'm going to give you your drinks when you get your drinks and deal with it. I'm not trying to get extra money from you. You're going to give me the money that you're going to give me and I'm already getting the money I'm getting. So it's like, yeah, I totally get where that comes from. That makes sense.
Yeah.